waiting my whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for The View host, Sonny Hostin, has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run these women. Tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud, and I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury?
Sonny Hostin is in some seriously deep trouble, think teetering on the edge of bankruptcy level bad. And believe it or not, it only spirals from there. Her husband, recently arrested, tangled up in a jaw-dropping $450 million RICO fraud scheme. So how did this once unshakable couple end up hurtling toward rock bottom? Buckle up, because this scandal is only getting messier. And just wait until you see how it all unfolds. You seriously won't believe where it goes next.
You're married, Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. Let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures, and look at her track record. How many times does she have to go on in the past 2 months and look at the camera and do a legal apology for all the stuff that she said on the show? And then she also, on Trump's win, calling the loss because of uneducated white women that Trump won.
We have to know that. This is accused.
All accused. Yeah, all accused, but he's in the RICO. This is a big RICO case that her husband's in.
Sonny Hostin probably assumed her biggest controversies would stay confined to the debates on The View. But honestly, that's starting to feel like a warm-up compared to the storm she's facing now. When even The View feels dull next to real life legal drama, you know it's bad. This time, it's not Sonny's commentary grabbing attention, it's her husband, an orthopedic surgeon, who might be dragging them both into legal and financial disaster, with a scandal hefty enough to derail everything.
And husband of The View co-host Sonny Hostin is accused in December lawsuit fraudulently billing insurance. By the way, this is a Daily Caller story I'm reading. The lawsuit alleges Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services in exchange for kickbacks and or compensation, and names him among nearly 200 defendants in one of New York's largest RICO cases. Wow.
Hostin's lawyer, Daniel, has come out swinging twice, calling the entire lawsuit a baseless stunt by a financially failing insurance firm trying to intimidate doctors and cut corners on healthcare. At the center of the chaos, accusations that Hostin performed unnecessary surgeries after minor accidents, skipping over non-invasive alternatives. American Transit is hitting back, blaming New York's 1970 for no-fault law for enabling rampant fraud. Imagine thinking you're heading into another day of routine surgery, only to be slapped with a $450 million racketeering suit when your husband's the alleged mastermind of one of the biggest insurance scams around. And you've built your brand on ethics and accountability. Let's just say that soapbox is about to collapse under the weight of scandal and irony.
The View co-host Sonny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page Six, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influenced and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers.
Here's the lowdown. Dr. Hostin is accused of pocketing kickbacks for surgeries that probably shouldn't have happened. Knees, shoulders, you name it, anything that racks up a big bill. And while he cashed in, insurers were left footing the tab for procedures that, in some cases, might not have even taken place. It's the textbook scam, just dressed up in scrubs and a white coat.
Oh, you thought I was fixing your knee? No, sweetheart. I was fixing my bank account.
What'd you always say? It's always the people that always do the pointing, and it always comes back to them, all right? So when you said this is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York, you guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia case. Like the mafia one was number one. This one takes it over. So he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange for the kickback.
And guess what? Things are only getting juicier. While Dr. Hostin's out there allegedly profiting off shady surgeries, Sonny's clinging to her View persona like it's her only lifeline. You'd think someone who's built a career dissecting scandals would be better prepared when the spotlight swings home. But no, her strategy so far, a strange mix of silence and sidestepping. It's like she's banking on the legal drama solving itself while she fine-tunes her shocked and appalled expression for the cameras. But here's the deal: if she thinks this mess can be brushed aside as a personal issue, she's wildly underestimating the scale. When your husband's name shows up in one of New York's largest RICO cases, no amount of PR polish or no comment can save you. Take a moment and let the absurdity wash over you. We've seen political takedowns and personal scandals galore, but this is something else. Health fraud, phony surgeries, and a surgical crime ring straight out of Grey's Anatomy, RICO edition. You couldn't script it if you tried.
This is why we need to seriously have a long, lengthy conversation about healthcare in the United States of America. This is basically it. So Sunny Hostin's husband was basically charged with insurance fraud. What he was doing was doing like fraudulent surgeries and then overcharging the insurance companies for them. This is what this is. So now, of course, he's now being named along with about 200 other individuals in a federal RICO charge case.
Forget The Godfather. This is Grey's Anatomy if the whole surgical staff moonlighted as crime lords. And yeah, insurance companies aren't exactly America's sweethearts. Try to get a life-saving operation and you're met with a rejection letter and a polite shove. But accuse them of fraud. Suddenly they morph into legal assassins with more edge than a scalpel. The twist, this time, they're the supposed victims taken from millions by a greedy doctor. Let that irony marinate. We're now being asked to feel sorry for insurance providers. That's not just irony. That's satire with surgical precision, naturally. The View can't help but hover nearby. Sunny, the show's justice warrior, now finds herself squirming under the microscope. Her husband, just one of 180 defendants, accused of bleeding the system dry money that could have gone toward actual care, but instead padded pockets like a back alley hustle.
My whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for The View host Sunny Hostin has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run these women. Tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud, and I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury? Roll it, Nick.
You know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband.
But Sunny, she's zipped up tighter than a sealed court file, ducking questions, sipping coffee, clinging to that polished public persona like it's her only shield. You know that phrase when it rains. It pours. Well, this isn't rain. It's a full-blown legal hurricane. While she's perched on the View's panel handing out snark and sage advice, her husband's allegedly masterminding a fraud so elaborate it'd make mobsters blush. This isn't just about him, though. Oh no, this lawsuit's a sprawling octopus, dragging doctors, clinics, and entire hospitals into the muck. According to American Transit, millions were blown on phantom procedures and unnecessary surgeries, all lining pockets, instead of saving lives. And now, they want payback. But wait, there's more chaos just around the corner.
We learned that Sunny's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, was named in a lawsuit filed by American Transit Insurance Company. He's one of 200 people named in this lawsuit, and they are accusing him of filing fraudulent insurance claims and also getting kickbacks from them. And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history, and they're seeking $450 million. And Sunny and her husband, they are fighting back. They've hired legal eagle Mark Garagos to help them fight this case, and they're claiming that this is completely baseless.
Dr. Hostin's lawyer is already swinging, branding the lawsuit as a wild legal gamble from an insurance firm gasping for cash. Classic defense. Flip the script. Oh, you're accusing my client of fraud. Must be because you're the real villain. Here, it's an old move, but hey, it still entertains. Meanwhile, Sunny's silence is screaming. This is the woman who roasts politicians before her first cup of coffee. But now, not a whisper. Nothing about her husband's legal woes. Nothing about the swelling scandal. Is she pretending this doesn't concern her, or just praying it fizzles out before it incinerates her image? Either way, it's a fantasy. This isn't just tabloid fluff, it's a full-blown drama, complete with racketeering, millions in play, and enough tension to make a courtroom feel like a season finale. Get your popcorn, because the next chapter's going to hit hard.
Anna went in a different direction, but I love the fact that, you know, Manny is younger and he's
How much younger is he? Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he?
Like a month or a year or 10 years?
No, 5 years.
It's more than a year.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not about me. I think.
Oh, no.
I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He
Exactly.
throws the garbage out.
Right.
He does the heavy stuff.
Let's not sugarcoat it. This isn't just gossip fodder, it's a billion-dollar disaster in the making. We're staring down one of the largest healthcare fraud cases in modern memory. And it's not just Dr. H in the crosshairs. This thing is wide-netting hospitals, doctors, insurers, and even patients who had no clue what they were caught in. It's a criminal caper. But the loot is insurance money, and the weapons are scalpels. If these charges stick, it's a scathing indictment of our broken medical system, a place where money trumps medicine, and ethical oaths get traded for cash bonuses. And let's not pretend the doctors are lone wolves here. Insurance companies, notorious for slashing coverage and hiking rates, are suddenly crying victim when the grift boomerangs. It's a circus, and the patients, just the unwilling spectators in a show they never signed up for.
Totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips. I know you do.
It's like twice a day.
But here's all I hear from her. America's violent, America's racist, America's bad. Okay. I challenge you, Sonny, and this is Constantine Kisin actually was saying something about this. Find me a country that's not racist.
Sonny might want to start scripting a new View opener. Today on the show, healthcare is a disaster. And so is my marriage. Because honestly, when your career's circling the drain, the only thing left is pretending nothing's wrong. With her husband buried in a legal nightmare, she's clinging to that co-host chair like a life preserver. No convictions yet, sure, but the accusations are thunderous. And each passing day makes The View look like the calmest thing in her life. Who'd have guessed the real twist for this talk show queen would be RICO charges and financial ruin? Now, with everything unraveling faster than a daytime drama, she's left hoping this courtroom saga doesn't burn down her brand. And as for Dr. Hostin, buckle up, this roller coaster's just hitting the loop-de-loops. Will he strut out with a smirk and a legal win, or wind up drafting his memoirs behind bars, with surprise witnesses, shady hospital deals, and legal antics that belong on cable? Every day brings a new gasp. He might as well walk into court wearing shades and say, "This is only the trailer." And maybe it is, because with every twist, the story gets wilder. Did he think millions in fraud would go unnoticed? It's like watching a scandal car crash, horrifying, ridiculous, and absolutely impossible to look away from. Sonny can still toss out political jabs, but sooner or later, this avalanche is going to flatten her TV-ready image. So what's next? Steak dinners or subpoenas? Emmy-worthy courtroom scenes or plea deals? One thing's for sure, you couldn't write a script this messy, but real life, it's never short on drama, especially when scalpels meet scandal.